That's a big chicken. Alright, hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Aaron over at Booyah Farms. This is my bed closest to my house. I call it my front bed. It kind of goes, it wraps around. The green chilies are over there. I've got this trellis, these two pomegranate trees, and then the crinum lily and another patch of chilies over there. It's kind of a horseshoe-shaped bed, I guess, with some trees in the middle of it. And I started clearing it out to plant stuff in it, and I noticed a problem. Roofing shingle in there, that's not going to help then. But the bed, more or less, it hasn't been performing real good the last couple of years, and I was trying to think, what have I really been doing to this bed? And I've pretty much been just using it, not really adding much to it. And I hit it kind of hard with the water this summer. I mean, I think I had the water come on every day for 5 minutes, which doesn't sound hard, but over time it can cause problems. And ended up, what happened is I came out here and I topped it all with our homemade compost. And I came out here with this garden fork and I stuck it in, and it went about that far. And you see, it went in about that far, and it went ka-thunk, and it hit a hard layer, and it was like that through this whole bed. And it's just a huge hard pan has formed under this bed. I ended up, you can see now, I ended up watering it a little and kind of just cracking it open a little every day. But you can see it's still, once I get to there, the fork don't want to go in no more. And so I've decided I'm going to try and do a little rehab on this bed and grow some stuff I like to eat, but mainly a rehab. And what I'm going to do out here is I'm going to plant, they call them tillage radishes. They're daikon radishes. I ordered I'll show you all over here. I ordered a 5-pound bag of them. Right here. 5-pound bag. And it's called a fracking daikon radish. I don't know if that's a good name or not for a radish. But anyways, the way these things work, you can kind of see a picture here. That's a daikon. The root is going to grow into the ground. It's going to go pretty far. It's going to break up soil, and it's going to get a nice taproot really deep in the soil. It'll go through that hard pan partially until it hits a really spot it can't go no deeper, and then it'll start pushing itself out. So what you do with these ideally is you plant them, and I'm going to plant them tonight with some peas, because I like peas. And what we're going to do is let these things grow. And we'll see, maybe 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. I'm going to let them grow. And then once they get so big, I'm just going to cut the tops off of them and let the bottoms rot in the ground. And that's going to do a couple things. It's going to fracture our soil, and it's also going to introduce organic matter deep into our soil. Once we cut the tops off, they pretty much die right there in the ground. The earthworms and the other bugs will come, eat them, leave their waste in the soil, and it's just going to be, hopefully, beautiful soil. But I was very disappointed. This thing definitely needs some work. My bed's out here in the back. This fork, you can literally walk around and go boom, and the thing's buried up to there. They're just so soft. So we're going to do some work on this. I'll come back after I plant, kind of go through it, and we'll do some checkups on it. I'm really curious. I've tried these before, but I've never bought a 5-pound sack of them. And I've got some other spots I want to put them in, some places where some trees might go later and stuff like that. And I might even try and eat a couple. I'm not a big daikon radish guy. I'm a white icicle radish guy. Actually, those are my favorite. You can't buy them in the stores usually either. So stay tuned, and I'll be back in a couple minutes after we've done some planting around here. All right, so we're back. I got the peas planted against the trellis. And I threw about 4 ounces. I waited. It was 4.6 ounces of seed out here, which was quite a bit of seed. It was actually pretty much a cup of seed when it came down to it. Some last thoughts on this tillage radish is another thing I noticed when I was kind of forking through this garden is none of the things I usually see in the soil in the rest of my garden like earthworms, grubs, all I got some pill bugs in here. That's about it. But as far as like the other composters in your soil, I just didn't see any in here, and it's probably because it was dried out a little and the hard pan and the lack of organic material. So what we're really trying to do here is rejuvenate this soil. What I'd like to do, since this is so close to my house, I want to plant my spring crop like tomatoes out here. Some really good stuff. And excuse me. And so we're going to try and rehab this thing. We're going to see if these things work. We're going to see if they even sprout. And keep watching. There'll be some updates coming on this little bed here. Thanks for watching, and keep on watching.